Hey golf cart people, I got one of these Yamaha 2014 G29s. Picked it up used, traded mine in, went over a few things. I'm just going to tell you what I did with it when I got it. The air filter was pretty dirty. Actually, I have a foam filter in here that I should replace. Hang on one second, let me show you what they put in here. Okay, so this is a foam filter, and I thought that was like a oil, like a motorcycle filter, but it's not. The golf cart place told me that Yamaha recommends it's dry. So obviously the first thing I did that was the easiest was pop this air filter off, and it's got kind of a that's your muffler and it gets hot. It's got no hand there. But anyway, so this goes on the bottom of this with this facing up. So the air filter, which I thought was kind of odd, it's got an air filter on this side, and then it's got a clear one on this side with nothing on it. And I was like, well, that's kind of odd. I've never seen that before. So evidently this little is an oil reservoir, and I forgot it's called replenishing or replacing or something. The oil spits out in there, and there's a little hole right here that goes back down. And it's self-lubricating. Whatever it is, this fits in this little gap, and there's nothing here. And this is like a pre-air filter. So basically what I did is I vacuumed this out. There was all kind of crap in there because they never cleaned it at the golf cart's place. These are leases. This was really dirty on this side. So I washed it with a little Dawn dishwashing detergent to get all the dirt and everything. Put that back in there. I vacuumed out the air filter. The air filter doesn't look that bad. It looked a lot worse. But I ran a vacuum over it, and I put an air hose on this side and blew, and then vacuumed this side. And looks like it fits right in there and goes back in pretty nice and no problems. So that's probably one of the first things I would check if you get one of these used. And then, of course, check your oil. It's got an oil warning light. Because this is the fuel injector model, there's supposedly a gas filter in the gas tank. They said it's not a maintenance item and don't change it. So I didn't pull it out. On the old G series Yamahas, that's not fuel injected. It's got a carburetor. It's got a nice little air filter or fuel filter that's easy to get to. So I was looking for a fuel filter to change that because I was going to change that. Again, this is a 2014. These golf cart places buy them from these either leasing company or from Yamaha. They buy them after the golf cart people get rid of them or the golf course people. And, you know, they're supposed to get periodic maintenance when they're leased, but the oil was so stinking dirty in here, it was crazy. So, let me move around the other side here. And again, you don't have to do all this. I mean, you can do what you want. I kind of like having my stuff knowing what's in it and what's going on about it. So the battery, obviously, right here, it's a regular battery. I can't read if it has an alternator and it charges or not. I haven't found that yet. I'm assuming it does. But I pulled the battery out, cleaned the connections, sprayed some baking soda on them. There was no leakage, nothing fizzed up. So it was pretty good. I put it on a charger. It took almost a day and a half to get a full charge on the trickle. So the battery appears like it would take a full charge. It's probably the original battery from 214. Your oil, checking your oil right here. Obviously, you fill your oil here. Here's your little oil cap for checking it. I just put Mobil 1 oil in there, so it should be pretty clean. They recommend 10W30. That's what I put in. They just use regular old Yamaha regular. From what I've heard about oils, if you go to synthetic, don't go back to non-synthetic. And I usually change all my lawnmowers, generators, you name it, whatever I got, I put synthetic in it. I mean, it's just, for me, it seems to work good, and I just go straight synthetic. So I put synthetic Mobil 1 10W30 in it. I changed the oil, clean the air filter. There's a little, put this in neutral here. There's a little screw right there, a little what do they call it? Zircuit, or what do you call that little grease gun thing you put right there? I think it's a zircuit. Anyway, you squeeze grease inside there. This is what's called a centrifugal force clutch or something like that. What happens, this belt was really loose, and I was like, holy shit, that doesn't look good. But what happens when you spin it up, and if I put it in neutral, I think I could spin it up and show you what it looks like. Let's see here. See if this thing takes off on me. Looks like it's in neutral. Neutral is just basically between. So if you watch this, it's going to spin up as the centrifugal force spins it. It closes it. As this closes, it pushes this belt up to here. So let's see what it looks like. And as it slows down, it opens back up. So that's how this little engine works here. And again, battery, oil, air filter. I adjusted the governor. I went ahead and put some seafoam and gas treatment into the gas tank because it had about a half a tank of gas. And these things get like, I want to say 300 or 400 miles to the tank. And I doubt if I'll use a tank in a year. So I'm going to keep it pretty low. I'm just going to put a gallon of gas in it at a time. I put some gas treatment, a little seafoam in there, and to clean up any jets or any issues. Again, when I get something used, I assume they didn't take care of it, and I try to get it up to at least what I call maintenance specs. So anyway, that's the G29 golf cart. Hell, I don't think I've even showed what the hell it looks like. The pros to this over the battery, I mean, I kind of like the battery, but the pros is the fuel injected. You don't have to worry about a carburetor. You don't have to worry about it warming up. There's no issues in the winter versus summer. It runs the same. It gets very good gas mileage. You don't have to remember to plug it in. You're not going to be out in the middle of a pasture or into somewhere in the North 40 and have the battery die. You don't have to change the batteries. My other golf cart, I was about to have two. My batteries are 8 years old, and they're like, dude, nobody gets 8 years out of these batteries. I go, well, I got 8 years, you know, whatever. My batteries are 8 years old because I took care of them. I put water, cleaned them, etc., and charged them. But anyway, he says, you're going to need new batteries pretty soon. He goes, I'm surprised they're not dead already. And he goes, you're looking at $890 to replace these batteries with the same batteries you got. So that was $1,000. And these used were 35, I think. New, they're 62. And by the time he gave me what he gave me for my golf cart, because he was going to have to put batteries in it and wouldn't get much for it, it was basically a $2,900 bill. So a little under $3,000. And he said, you know, you won't have any problems with this. They don't get any of them hardly for maintenance. There's just not a whole lot to go wrong. And they're pretty simple if they're maintained. They usually run, you know, forever. And I don't know how long these been around. I know they had an older model besides 14. And they just came out with the newer ones, the 2017s, I guess, have an hour counter on the engine. They have headlights. They have tail lights. They're a little more roadworthy, I guess. Not that you'd be driving on the road. So, you know, I don't need a new one. I just didn't want to spend $1,000 on batteries for something that was probably a 94, 95 old electric golf cart that was starting to give me problems and all kind of other issues. So I was like, you know what? I'll just bite the bullet. And besides, I'm doing these videos, so I'm going to try to write it off of my taxes. Hopefully the IRS won't come after me. One of you little snitching liberals will come out here and call the IRS on me. I know how you little liberals think. Anyway, this is my gun channel, so I know this is a golf cart. Well, liberals own golf carts too. Yeah, but you're probably not a gun people. And I usually talk to my gun people. Anyway, we'll end that there.